Hello, my name is Katie Pelciati, and today I'm going to dive into the mental health of children. Obviously, this could go on for hours, so I'm going to touch briefly on how family dynamic, poverty, and the schooling system affect our children. Before I dive into any of that, I want to touch upon some facts. 1 in 5 children have a diagnosable emotional, behavioral, or mental disorder. 1 in 10 young people have a mental health challenge so severe that it interrupts with how they function day to day. This could be at home, in school, or out in their community, just living their lives. 80% of kids from 6 to 17 do not get the help that they need. This leaves them feeling anxious, sad, and overwhelmed. Let's move on to the family dynamic. While there are other opinions, I believe that family dynamic is the most important, because that's usually where your heart and your soul reside. Typically, you look towards your family for acceptance, so if you don't have a supportive family, it could harm your mental health in the long run. Based on a case with 154 children, only 11% of them come from intact families. Of these kids, 2/3 of them have been exposed to some type of trauma throughout their life, which 36% of them have been affected by physical abuse throughout their life as well. 71% of these children had a parent or sibling with a diagnosable psychiatric disorder. Children from single or divorced families are more likely to be diagnosed with ADHD throughout their life. Children from single families are also 2 times more likely to report internalizing problems than kids from 2-parent families, which means that they are withdrawing from friends and family and showing signs of fearfulness and anxiety. To add to that, children from single families are also 3 times more likely to report externalizing problems than kids from 2-parent families, which means they are showing signs of physical aggression, disobedience, etc. I'm going to shift over to the place where children spend majority of their time, school. School is another place where a child's mental health could be harmed. This could be from teachers that don't care or don't do their job, or the person not having friends, or many, many other reasons. Children and teens struggle in school across the nation because they don't get the assistance they need, and that's typically because they get ridiculed when they ask for help. Other children bully them for not understanding, so they suffer in silence. Between 2005 and 2017, teens 12 to 17 who reported symptoms of a major depressive episode rose from 8.7% to 13.2%. Nationally, only 40% of students with emotional, behavioral, and mental health disorders graduate. This goes along with the statistic that over 50% with emotional and behavioral disabilities, ages 14 and older, drop out of high school. This is the highest dropout rate of any disability group. Lastly, I'm going to discuss poverty. This touches a little of the previous topics as well. When a family is in poverty, they can't supply what their children need, and this takes a huge damper on the entire environment the child is in. Typically, when a family is money stressed, it causes extra stress, irritability, and aggression. This goes beyond not having necessities. Living in poverty increases the likelihood that children will have poor health overall. These children lack food security and the diets necessary for important nutrients such as fruits and vegetables. Poverty is also associated with living conditions. For these children, they are living in very dangerous or very violent neighborhoods. This is harmful to their mental health because they are probably constantly anxious about how they're going to eat or survive the next day. This is not how they should be living.